Welcome along to AVFTS WREXHAM. I hope you're well. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to whenever you're watching this match reaction. Yeah, I'm still gutted. I'm sat here gutted, and I'm gutted for one reason only. Wrexham have yet to pick up any points after 2 games in the EFL Championship. And today hurt. Today hurt because there's a clear theme going on with Wrexham right now, and I'm going to get involved in that. I'm going to tell you my problems with what's going on with Wrexham and the difference between playing in League 1, League 2 and the EFL Championship. But before I go into anything, if you do love a Wrexham fan channel and you want to support me and help me out, then do smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel, and most importantly, put that notification bell on so you never miss an upload, and get involved in the comment section. Would love to know your thoughts on today's game. If you did catch it, if you didn't, and everything else you've heard around it. Look, I'm going to cut to the chase. I'm going to get straight into it. There is a clear reason and game-changing shift in why the Championship is so brutal. And it's quite simple. You must take your chances. You must seize the moment. You must capitalise on the opposition. And this is what Wrexham have failed to do 2 game weeks in a row in the Championship. I'm going to run you back to last weekend. Wrexham at 1-0 up had a massive opportunity through Hardy, who was played through one-on-one, and he made a mistake. He didn't put it in the back of the net. He allowed the keeper of Southampton to make a save. Even though he's one-on-one, on his left foot, he wasn't clinical and ruthless. If that game went to 2-0, Wrexham would have walked away with maximum points. The same happened today at the Stoke Carras Stadium. The same happened today. And it came from the new signing, the £7.5 million man, Nathan Broadhead, who made his debut unexpectedly from the bench. And we'll touch on that again in a minute about the injuries that are hitting Wrexham. But he has to score. He has to score. I can't believe he missed. I can't believe he put it wide. I can't believe he dragged it. And once again, if you want to highlight key moments, key areas, at the time, the game was tied. It was the chance for Wrexham for the first time in the match to go ahead, and that would have been a pivotal moment right in front of the fans. The atmosphere would have been electric, and people, I promise you, Wrexham would have gone on to win that game if Broadhead took his chance. Now, you might be wondering, as I haven't even talked about it, I'm sat in the middle of a field. I'm actually at a service station. Straight after the football, I had to go pick up my daughter from work, and we've had to stop over at a service station because I just couldn't wait. I need to get these raw thoughts and feelings to you. So if you haven't appreciated the grind, the commitment, the fact I've stopped to do this, then show it by hitting that like button for me. But today, as I said, was the first game at home in the EFL Championship. We had Hollywood there, we had Rob and Ryan, who again, the cameras couldn't keep their eyes off them. The up and down nature, the calm face, the expressions, the frantic nature of Rob and Ryan was a roller coaster in itself. I wonder how they feel about the season, but I also wonder how they feel about injured players. Last weekend, we had Kiefer Moore go off against Southampton, and Parky has played a blinder again. In his press conference, he was asked specifically on Kiefer Moore, and he said, there's still a bit of swelling. They're doing their best to reduce it. It's not as long as we thought. Still felt to me like it could have been 1 or 2 weeks out. But out of nowhere, Kiefer Moore is starting alongside Windass, and that was a lovely surprise before kickoff. But an injury happened again today. A big name, a big player, another sign-in, Josh Windass, goes off and is replaced by Nathan Broadhead. But it's unfair, it seems annoying that, again, Wrexham can't get their best players on the pitch, and having Windass taken off that early on was definitely a blow. He's such a key player for this Wrexham side going forward, and again, we have to hope it's not too long of an injury. But people are going to ask questions, people are going to start looking at Parky, they're going to think is his tactics what it takes to play in the Championship. And I'll be honest, if that Nathan Broadhead goal goes in, it works because you can sit back, soak up pressure and try and play on the counter-attack. But the unforgivable thing is that Parky is showing his cards. He is willing to sit deeper. He is willing to tuck players in. He is wanting his centre-forwards to sit on that halfway line. And it's about soaking up pressure to then punish the opposition. Wrexham aren't punishing the opposition and they're not keeping them out. And that's the issue. One has to work for the other to succeed. If you're going to sit in a low block, if you're going to defend like that, make sure you don't concede, but then take your rare chances that you get. We need to quickly touch on Lewis O'Brien's finish. My days. That is a piece of quality. The half volley sliced into the ground. Great from Kiefer Moore. McLean does well not to get his hands involved and knees it down to him. And that finish that he cuts across with his left foot into the ground top bins. What a finish, what a strike. As I said, I called it early on. Lewis O'Brien is the real deal. He's going to be absolutely pivotal to anything that's good at Wrexham. And I believe Windass is in that category as well. But the finish was great. And again, there have been chances. Kiefer Moore had a header that went over the bar. There was another header from Cody. There are these headed opportunities that Wrexham aren't taking. Again, go back to Southampton, the same thing. And that's why on my thumbnail I've put that. You've got to take your chances. We have missed chances from Cody and Brunt and Hardy last weekend. This weekend, similar. Half chances have to now turn into goals. And that's what West Brom did. West Brom took their half chances. They took their chances. We have to talk about the defending out wide. Simply not good enough to allow crosses coming in the way Wrexham do. Simply not good enough. Two fundamental flaws. Number one, get out to the man and stop the cross. Be hard to beat. And that comes from both wing backs and midfielders pushing out there. Stop the cross. Number two, disappointed, especially with Connor Cody in the heart of that defence. You can see everything. The organisation of leaving men unmarked in the 18-yard box is inexcusable. You cannot leave players unmarked, like Price had twice, to just have a free shot on goal. And finally, Danny Ward. People are going to do this, and I know there's going to be comments on this end. Danny Ward is getting a lot of criticism online. Danny Ward is basically getting thrown at and said he will be the reason Wrexham go down. Danny Ward not good enough. I said in my video yesterday, if you haven't seen it, check it out. Phil Parkinson's press conference reaction. Go near the back of it. I even said this. It genuinely seems that Wrexham signed Danny Ward to potentially come in as the number one. Phil Parkinson even alludes to it, saying, look, Danny Ward had opportunities to go and play in the Premier League as a number two, number three, but he actually took the number, he's come to Wrexham over any of them. And in my thinking then, that negotiation and conversation was not about being a backup keeper, but about pushing for the number one spot over Arthur. For me, Arthur wasn't great against Hull either. Someone needs to come in, establish that number one position now, and get some solidity there. Frustrating? Again, did I expect Wrexham to win against West Brom at home? No, I thought a draw would have been a fair result before kickoff. I thought if you can get a draw against West Brom, that's a good, solid point. But having the chances, the moments that Wrexham did and conceding the goals that he did, I'm disappointed once again. I sat here going, what could have been? Two big games, Southampton and West Brom, two established ex-Premier League sides. Things, again, are positive, but I think that you have to look at the defensive chaos and the missed chance in front of goal. And then finally, Smith to get on the score sheet, massive, brave header. That will do his confidence a load of good. That will help him feel like, yeah, he can score at this level and continue to keep scoring at this level. Parky's got to get the balance of the team right. Parky's got to organise that defence a bit more. And he's got to demand more of his strikers. But I want to see Wrexham not sit back as much. I want to see them be a little bit more on the front foot and a little bit more attacking. Guys, if you like this video, then make sure you smash a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Apologies, it's a different environment. And if you prefer Mother Nature and the outdoor environment, then do, of course, let me know. And we can do more out here. And I'm even going to give you a little scoop of where we are, just so you can see the drop. Yeah, that's what I got to look at while filming this video for you guys. So on that note, I'm going to get back to the car. I'm over and out. Ta-da.